Hi listeners, it's Kat here from Aghast. I just wanted to take a minute outside of the show to let you know about alter ego empowerment coaching. It's time to invest in your relationship with yourself. We all have a tendency to put other people or tasks first, but in doing so, we can sometimes neglect our relationship with ourselves. Let me be your advocate and show you a kinder, gentler way to treat the most important person in your life, yourself. Alter Ego Wellness offers life coaching to help you achieve the life you desire through interactive online coaching sessions. We also offer online yoga and meditation classes. If you think Alter Ego Wellness may help you, please feel free to contact me, Catherine, at alteregowellness@outlook.com or at alteregowell on Instagram. Okay, now back to our show.
Yeah, we got a good episode. I've got a great episode. I'm sorry. I was watching the Hodge twins. I can't get to that deep gravel that they have. They're too fucking awesome. So, yes, welcome to another episode of Castbox. Welcome, you fucking sons of bitches. I know you were looking for some true crime today, and we got you covered. We're gonna pat you on the ass with some true crime to get you started on your day right. Here's what we got for you. We got Arkansas, ant bites, moon watching, and welding. If this sounds like your eHarmony profile, you may need to upgrade your membership. No, today we are talking about Jennifer Schuett and her incredible survival story. This one's pretty good. Well, this one ends in victory for the survivor. So, here we go. Buckle your fucking seatbelts. Let's get to work. I'm John.
And I'm Kat.
Thanks for coming out. And this is Castbox.
And we're live.
Wow, we're on. Switch is on.
Roz, who's our first caller today?
We have Jeremy, father of two. He's having some issues with erectile dysfunction.
All right, Jeremy, I'm listening.
Oh, hi. Am I on?
Is this Jerry or is this Alan Arkin?
This is Alan Arkin.
All right, our poor listeners.
Yeah,
they drop each week.
Yeah.
Like flies.
I'm not listening to this fucking garbage anymore. Enough is a fucking enough.
Well, how are you today?
Good, how are you? What do you have for us today?
I have a story.
Oh, is it a good one? How many pages is this son of a bitch?
Why don't you give us our disclaimer, which we all know will turn out to be 800 pages.
All right. Cue the fucking music. Hey, folks. We here at Castbox have a lighter touch to true crime. The lightest touch that you could possibly imagine. We are like the fork that you pluck out of the dishwasher to scrape away the brown, sludge-like debris of true crime under your fingernail of podcasts.
Holy moly.
And then you use that same fork to feed your fetal alcohol syndrome child, Sparrow.
Okay, wrap it up.
And the reason we have to have this light of touch is because true crime sucks. It always has and always will. And we have to go to work. We can't be riddled with depression every goddamn day, and we're not making money from this. So if you don't like murders and rapists and asshole criminals being ridiculed and belittled and insulted, and their families that made them being insulted, and all the fucking assholes who made it easier for the criminals to do what they did, if you don't like them being insulted, you are a clown and a fool, and we hate you. For the rest of you, though, you're intellectual and cultured, and we hope you enjoy this episode of Castbox. So sit back, relax, and other euphemisms, and grab yourself a warm or cold alcoholic beverage, or whatever you prefer, a doobie, I don't know, and let's get right pissed as we get pissed off.
Thank you very much. That was just enough.
Bless their hearts and good luck.
Holy moly.
I had to think on the fly for that one.
Really?
It only took you 4.5 minutes.
I don't give a fuck.
I must
Where
say
are
that
you going?
we
You
like-
got the day off.
But I still have things to do. I have to keep a home.
Okay, well, I paid for it so we can keep it.
Just you alone? So
Yeah.
that means I can quit my job?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You dumb
I'll submit
bitch.
my
You-
resignation today.
Don't. I need your money.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Get on with the goddamn show.
Our story takes us to the summer of 1990 in Dickinson, Texas.
Dickinson.
8-year-old Jennifer Schuett was enjoying her summer, getting ready to enter the 3rd grade. On August 8th, 1990, Jennifer, who was known to be scared of the dark, would typically sleep in her mom's bed with her.
Hold on. Is Jennifer going to be the bad guy in this one?
It's a simple answer, so you can cut that out.
She's entering the 3rd grade. Is all you had to say.
Oh.
Jokes, everyone. We got them.
However, on that particular night, Jennifer was very restless, having trouble getting to sleep. Her mother, who had work in the morning, asked if Jennifer would mind sleeping in her own room that night. So Jennifer turned to her mom and said, quote, "Just because I love you, Mom, I'm going to sleep in my own room tonight," end quote. Jennifer went into her bedroom, turned on her lamp, and read until she could fall asleep.
This is like a pretty intellectual little girl.
I know.
In 3rd grade? Like, I'm just going to read. She just plucks Chaucer from her bookshelf.
The next thing she knew, she woke up being carried by a man who was running down the street with her. She tried screaming, but the man had covered her mouth and nose.
Oh, Jesus.
He got her inside a vehicle and sat her on his lap while he drove. He was attempting to call her down, stating that he was an undercover police officer and that everything would be okay. Jennifer had recently learned about strangers in 2nd grade before summer vacation. She wanted to believe this man, but she knew something was terribly wrong. After driving for a few minutes, the man eventually pulled into the parking lot of Jennifer's elementary school. He assured Jennifer that her mother was coming to pick her up, and just to watch the moon, and as soon as it changed colors, her mother would be there.
Changed colors.
After a long while, Jennifer realized her mother was never coming. The man started the car again and said, quote, "Well, I guess your mom's not coming," end quote.
Whoops-a-daisy.
He began driving and turned down a gravel road that led to a dead end. He pulled the car into a field that was overgrown. He immediately turned on Jennifer, holding a knife to her throat, taunting her, asking if he was scaring her. He then began strangling Jennifer and attempted to break her neck, which resulted in her passing out for a little while.
What the fuck? You fucking cunt. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? Just like twisting.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
She woke to the man dragging her by her ankles further into the field. He dropped her legs, turned around, walked back to his car, and left. Jennifer tried screaming for help, but could not. When she reached up to her neck, she had felt a massive gaping wound.
Oh, God, what the fuck?
The man had slit her throat from ear to ear. He had left her for dead, or so he thought.
Holy shit.
Jennifer's mother, Ellen, woke up that morning on August 10th, expecting everything to be normal. But she would quickly realize that a parent's worst nightmare had found its way into her home. She could not find her daughter Jennifer anywhere. She had seen that Jennifer's bedroom window was open, and she knew that someone had taken her in the night. She called 911 immediately. Detective Garcia was dispatched to Ellen's home located at the Yorktown Apartments. Due to the smaller police department, he elicited the help from the fire department and volunteers to get a search started for Jennifer.
Wow, that's fast.
While search was underway for Jennifer, she was struggling to stay conscious. Each time she would black out, she was sure it was going to be her last.
Oh my God, this poor little girl.
In the early evening on August 10th, dusk beginning to settle in, Jennifer was awoken in the field to the sounds of children playing and something hitting her foot. It was one of the kids who had tripped over her while playing a game of tag.
Oh my God, a kid tripped over.
Jennifer fell unconscious again, but would eventually wake up to the sign of a police officer asking her to stay with her and that she would be okay.
Holy fuck.
Jennifer was swiftly taken to the hospital by helicopter. Seeing her wounds, Detective Garcia was almost certain that this would become a murder case. Jennifer's injuries included sexual assault,
Oh, fuck off.
a slit throat that thankfully missed all major arteries,
Thank God.
scratches on her back due to being assaulted and dragged, and ant bites. She would later say that it was these ant bites that kept her awake while drifting in and out of consciousness.
Oh, that must have been so fucked.
Doctors and nurses wasted absolutely no time and began treating Jennifer. Unfortunately, due to her horrific experience, Jennifer was now riddled with a fear of men.
Jesus, of course. Fuck, that's awful.
Jennifer struggled with the male doctors who were trying to help her. She recalls a time of even kicking a male doctor in the stomach when he attempted to examine her. In an interview with CBS, she said, quote, "This man that hurt me said he was a police officer, and he hurt me very badly. So, in my eyes, who's to say that these doctors could be trusted? Everyone was a suspect in my book," end quote.
Oh, this poor kid.
The injury to Jennifer's throat had severed her vocal cords, so she was unable to speak with officers right away. But she communicated with them through notes in great detail. She wrote to officers that the man that had taken her had a scar on his face and that he looked greasy. With a sketch artist, she was even able to describe through her notes what the man looked like to create a composite sketch. And that is the sketch that she was able to describe just through notes. And we'll post this on our Instagram, cast_Aghast.
Yeah, there's not much to go on with that picture. Like, that looks like...
Freddie Mercury?
Freddie Mercury did this?
Tell me that's not Freddie Mercury, though.
Damn it, Freddie Mercury.
Listen, if you guys want to move around and shift your asses a little, it's okay.
While Jennifer was hospitalized, investigators were canvassing the scene of the crime, trying to put together enough to catch this man. About a quarter-mile away, they found clothing that belonged to Jennifer and her assailant. His clothing did have his DNA on it, but there was nobody to match it to in the database.
So, fuck.
While recovering in the hospital, a miracle happened. Once thought that Jennifer's vocal cords would never heal, they started to, and she regained her voice.
Nice.
In her interview with CBS, she said that she hasn't shut up since. 18 long years would pass before any sort of justice would come for Jennifer. Her case had gone cold and had made its way through multiple investigators' hands. One day, Jennifer received a call from Detective Tim Cromie, the new investigator taking over her case. He asked me to meet with her and said that he would do whatever he can in his power to get her the answers she needed for her case. They ran all the evidence still stored away in the evidence locker room, ran all that through the DNA database again.
Oh, really? Wow. That's thorough.
Yeah. A year later, the results came back. Dennis Earl Bradford.
Oh, of course. 3 fucking names.
He was convicted in Hot Springs, Arkansas for kidnapping in 1997, and that victim he had sexually assaulted. And he was sent to prison for that assault, and that assault led to his DNA being entered into the system. So the way I see this happened in 1997.
Yeah.
And her crime happened in 1990. So that means 18 years had to pass for her, but 7 years later, his DNA was in the system. So no one else ran the DNA until 18 years past the crime. So 2008.
Honestly, like, they're lucky they even did it again.
Mm-hmm. During one of her police interviews, Jennifer had written a note that said, quote, "He said his name was Dennis." And that's the note.
She was in 3rd grade. She spelt it like Denise or something.
D nice.
You want to go to war? Hey, Aaron!
Living in Arkansas, Detective Tim Cromie and Richard Renison looked into his background and contacted the Driver's License Bureau in Texas, trying to find a link to Dennis and Texas at the time of Jennifer's attack. The Driver's License Bureau sent them a photograph of his license that was issued months before Jennifer was attacked on August 9th, 1990. This picture was nearly identical to what Jennifer communicated to the sketch artist.
Let's see. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That is pretty dead on.
Yeah, like the only thing they missed was like the little gap in the mustache.
Yeah. Yeah, the picture had a much
like
better
the
mustache.
nose is identical. It's so...
Look at the size of this bastard's nostrils. Like, you could fucking open an umbrella in there.
Agent Richardson Renison told CBS that he had never seen a composite drawing look so close to the actual suspect, stating it was almost as if the sketch artist, Lois Gibson, based her sketch from the driver's license photo. The detectives traveled to North Little Rock, Arkansas, and met with their police department. During a traffic stop, they had pulled over Dennis Earl Bradford. He was married and had 3 stepsons.
Of course, 3 of them.
Living a seemingly normal life working as a welder. While questioning Dennis, they asked him if he had heard of the name Jennifer Schuett. He said yes, he recalled hearing that story. He said he had seen signs in Dickinson about her. They then asked if he had ever had contact with her, and Dennis had said yes. When asked to tell them more about that, he just said no.
What the fuck? What are you trying to do here?
When questioned why he didn't want to talk about it, Dennis had said, quote, "You did your homework," end quote. The detectives probed him more, saying if he was remorseful, he needed to let people hear that Jennifer needed closure after all these years. He confessed. He admitted that he pulled into the Yorktown apartment complex at random and that he had walked over to a window and saw that it was open. He saw Jennifer's light on and he pulled her out, put her in the car, and drove off. Dennis said that at the time he was sick, deranged, beat up little fucking punk. He said once he pulled onto the dead-end road, he had just lost it. He was a savaged animal. He raped her and he cut her throat, and he has never known why he did it.
We know why you did it, you fuck. You just wanted to fuck a child, you disgusting piece of garbage.
He claimed that he had suicidal thoughts about it, one time putting his dad's shotgun into his mouth and pulling the trigger, but changed his mind last minute and ended up putting a hole in his dad's roof. The detectives met with Jennifer and told her that they got him. Jennifer had visited the scene of the crime in the hopes of rekindling any more memories that she may need for the trial. However, his lawyers confirmed that he would be pleading guilty as he did not want to drag this further for Jennifer and those involved.
Oh, well, how kind.
They selected August 10th, 2010 for the hearing, 20 years to the date of her attack. While awaiting the hearing, Jennifer worked tirelessly on her victim impact statement. She was ready to look Dennis in the eye and let him know that she was a survivor. This day would never come in the courtroom, though. As Dennis was awaiting his hearing in county jail, he committed suicide.
Oh, that piece of fucking garbage.
He had hung himself in his cell. Instead of facing her attacker and almost murderer face to face, she made her way to his gravesite on August 10th, 2020, and read her impact statement to him there. It read, quote, "Dennis Bradford, I waited 19 years, 2 months, and 3 days to find out your last name and for you to be caught. You chose the wrong little 45-pound, 8-year-old girl to try and murder, because for 19 years I thought of you every single day and helped in searching for you. In my heart, I knew you were out there alive, either in prison or living a lie. And now I know, listening to my heart all of these years and never giving up on finding you, I was right." End quote. In her CBS interview, Jennifer said that when she was done reading, she turned to her husband and said, "I wonder if he can hear me." And at that time, at that very moment, a fire ant had bitten her on the leg.
Oh my goodness.
She took that as her clue that Dennis had heard her. Jennifer is living a very happy life with her wonderful husband and 2 children. She is a mother, a wife, a survivor, and an advocate, and still remains in close contact to those who had worked so hard to bring her attacker to justice.
Wow, so she got over her fear of men. Mm-hmm. Good for her.
And so that's Jennifer in the hospital.
Jesus fucking Christ. Holy fuck. That's the piece of shit?
That's him when he was found. And he had no idea that she had survived. He didn't find out until 18 years later
oh my God.
that she was alive.
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah. And that's Jennifer now with the 2 detectives, Tim Cromie and Richard Renison.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a survivor story, even though it involved a fucking rape, but we knew it was going to involve a fucking rape. This fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
God, he looks like a big pile of trash.
Yeah. He does look like, I mean, obviously mugshots don't flatter people, like when you're not smiling or anything. But if he were to like not be in this photo, he would very much look like your everyday average man.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like this greasy. And she did mention a scar on his face. I don't see the scar, but it could just be the angle.
Yeah. Yeah,
or
it's
maybe
hard to
it was
tell.
that scar on the bridge of his nose. I don't know.
His fucking nostrils, though, are giant. He gets his fair share of fucking oxygen.
Yeah.
He's an ugly son of a bitch. Look at his fucking hair.
His earlobes are not...
Someone used some fucking conditioner. He looks like someone who washes his head with a bar of soap.
Or body wash. You use body wash, don't you?
No, I use shampoo. I'm not a fucking savage.
His earlobes aren't symmetrical.
His ears all together aren't symmetrical. His earlobes look like they were tied to his ankles as a child. He looks like someone who has stretch marks right underneath his like belly button.
Ew.
You know what I mean? He looks like someone who shaves with a Bic razor, and he uses that razor like all year long.
It's got like rust on it.
Yeah. He looks like, like the old Bic razors, the ones that were yellow.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like someone who has a lot of anal hair.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this up
And
now.
it's graying.
I wonder what his wife thought and stepsons when they found this out.
No, they're probably like crazy old dad. All right. That sucked. But at least she survived. Hats off to her.
Not only did she survive, but she's thriving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that piece of shit is worm meat now. Okay, let's end this beautiful episode with the erudite words of his savageness, Randall Savage. What can I say about this move? Nothing, so I won't.
All right, let me click on your Randy Savage setting. Click.
Ooh, yeah. What can I say about this move? Nothing, so I won't. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of this. Let's end it.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for this lovely story.
You're welcome. You've never thanked me before.
Yeah, that Survivor story was alright.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, drive home safe. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You can check us out on YouTube at Catam Concoction.
That's CATAMCONCOCTION.
And on Instagram at cast_Aghast.
Remember, there's a silent H. We got a good episode for you. I'm sorry. I was watching the Hodge twins.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up. This is not your intro. This is my intro. Today we actually have a survivor story. Do you want me to do another disclaimer?
No. Disclaimer.
You want me to do a disclaimer for my other disclaimer?
So you're ready?
Yes.
However, on that particular night, Jennifer was very restless.
You spelled night on that particular night. Not the dark night. Not moon night.
Okay, can we...
Particular night.
Okay.
Not L-A night. Yeah!
He assured her that Jennifer's mother was going to go... Oh, fuck.
No,
Stop.
It's okay. I believe in you. I believe in you. How did you get in here?
Put the little door stopper in.
God. I swear to God, I will not masturbate you later.
Oh my God. He assured Jennifer that her mother was coming to pick her up and just to watch the moon as...
You got this. You wrote this sentence, now own it.
The driver's license bureau sent them a photograph.
A photograph.
I hate everything. He saw Jennifer's light. Bleh.
Good for her. Fuck your phone.